We turn now to the middle of page 27. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Together.
Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence.
Please rise for the Baruch Hu on page 28.
Lie, lie, lie.
To the blessing for the evening on page 30. We will read in Hebrew. Please join me if you are comfortable. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvidbuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, B'mishmarotechem barakia kirtzono. Bore yom v'layla, golel or mipne choshech, v'choshech mipne or. Uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil bein yom uvein layla. Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ari Varavim.
Just as we all experience different types of prayer, different modes of prayer, we've had just a taste of it so far in the beginning of our service, so do the others around us. Each person in this room is experiencing prayer differently. And the Shema, the next prayer, calls for us to listen. So during this prayer, try to listen to those around you.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Abad.
You may be seated. As we turn to the Ve'ahavta, we're going to do it silently, and I invite you to read it either in English on the bottom of page 36, in the Hebrew if you wish, or on the left side of the page on page 37, the interpretation. And as this is all about teaching and learning in this prayer, think about something that you didn't realize was in the Ve'ahavta that is so by rote every week. Think about something that you learned from this prayer tonight. We continue on the top of page 39.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught. Before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it's eternally Egypt. That there's a better place, a promised land, and the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. That there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together, singing yai la 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 la.
Page 40.
מי כמוך מלאים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך מלאים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, מי כמוך מלאים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך מלאים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש.
We continue now as our prayer for shelter and peace on page 42. We begin this prayer actually at the near the end at Hapores, about 2 lines up from the bottom in Hebrew. 3 lines up from the bottom.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol hamo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol hamo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol hamo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporetz sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol hamo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol hamo Yisrael.
Please rise if you are able and turn to page 46. As we sing our tefillah tonight, our Amidah prayer, we'll do so. You can either choose to chant along or to read on the left side of the page. But we'll begin together on page 46, asking God to open our lips for this prayer.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 sfatai tiftach. Na 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 ufi agid. Ufi agid tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 sfatai tiftach. Na 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 ufi agid. Ufi agid tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 sfatai tiftach. Na 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 ufi agid. Ufi agid tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 sfatai tiftach. Na 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 ufi agid. Ufi agid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanoro, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue silently.
יהיו לרצון אמרפי, בהגיון ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרפי, בהגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. יהיו לרצון אמרפי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרפי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו,
few years ago, I spent the summer leading a trip of 16-year-olds to Europe and Israel. The night before we went to the concentration camps in Poland, we had a session to discuss what it might feel like. The students shared their thoughts and expectations, imagining what it might mean to actually come to the place they had learned about throughout their education, read about in books, and seen in the movies. A place of unfathomable catastrophe, so large there are no words. They would soon be walking those same grounds. Some kids expected to get angry. In fact, just the thought of those places made them angry. Others said their older siblings, parents, or cousins had come back, telling stories of the tears they shed upon entering. Some worried they wouldn't feel anything. Then we went, witnessing the grounds ourselves. Afterward, a few students spoke with me privately. They hadn't felt what they had anticipated. Some expected nothing and were overwhelmed by emotion, while their friends had expected to feel so much and walked away almost numb and very quiet, unsure what they had done wrong. But that's just it. We can never really know the ways a powerful event or experience might affect us and impact our emotions. There is no right or wrong way. There are endless examples that we could share, proving that we all process in our own ways, in our own times. Yet, there is no reason to compare, especially when it can be so easy to judge each other's processes or to judge ourselves. The Torah this week tells us a story of two brothers who experience tragedy and react so differently. The first ordination ceremony has just concluded, and Aaron and his sons were officially priests, Kohanim. Moses was probably so proud of his brother and his nephews, Aaron and Nadav and Avihu, and looking forward to his family taking on the sacred tasks of leading temple worship, carefully following the detailed instructions God had given regarding exactly how to do each step. So quickly after the first successful sacrifice was consumed by the Eternal, just as the Eternal commanded, the sons, Nadav and Avihu, took a turn. This one, though, was not commanded. They were playing with foreign fire, and they did not survive it. The minute they lit the incense, they were immediately engulfed in God's flames. The cause, the motive, the sin, if that's in fact what it was, has perplexed Torah scholars throughout the ages and remains a mystery to us today. Regardless of the reason, the traumatic event leaves Moses and Aaron in shock. Much like today, we rarely know the reason, either human or cosmic, behind the tragedy. Nadav and Avihu, the newly minted priests, had died, and Moses and Aaron were left to cope. The text explains that Moses turns to his brother, saying, "This is what the Lord meant when he said, 'Through those near to me, I will show myself holy and gain glory before all the people.'" In this, he refers to an earlier quote from God, saying that God's glory will be sanctified by the children of Israel through the tabernacle, where this exact event took place. We can hear it in modern English in contemporary times, as Moses, seeing his older brother in a moment that he really wanted to be there for him. It's the old, everything happens for a reason, or something good will come from this, we just can't see it now. Perhaps we've all been there, at least on one side of that conversation. Something happens, and we process it by wanting to help each other, by wanting to be there for the other. And it's reasonable that after a traumatic event, someone, even the most powerful of leaders, would not have the words to make everything better. This could be a moment where Moses didn't know what to say, but he wanted to say something. We can assume good intentions on Moses' part, as he really just wanted to be there for his brother. Maybe he was also distracting himself from his own pain by turning to help Aaron. Moses tried to console his brother and give meaning to the shocking event that otherwise seems random and horrifically unfair. Yet there was nothing he could do or say to make the situation better. Perhaps Aaron just needed time, and there was nothing that even Moses, the most powerful of people with a direct line to God, not to mention Aaron's own brother, could do. He needed to heal. The text then continues with Aaron's reaction. Silence. And Aaron was silent. That silence was the way Aaron processed the traumatic incident. People process differently. Some people need to process out loud and discuss every piece of information. Others turn to physical processes such as crying, laughter, or physical illness. Aaron could have been processing this internally, and we just couldn't see it or hear it in the text. Maybe he was not ready to confront what had just happened. Maybe he wasn't ready to open up to others about it. He needed more time. His silence spoke volumes. People process in so many different ways. The Torah gives us just 2 examples, and even this was just a snapshot into their process with 2 simple lines of text. Each is authentic to the individual, and neither is better than the other. That is why it is important that we have a variety of individuals who come together to form our community. We need the different voices, the different forms of leadership, pastoral care, role models, learning styles, and coping mechanisms to be a vibrant community where we can come together to work and depend on each other in times of simcha and celebration, and especially in times of trauma and tragedy. It may seem simplistic, but it's so significant. People react differently to many different things. There should be no judgment in this, yet so often the judgment is felt, externally or internally. Some of us are compelled to be open with our emotions and reactions to events and experiences, whether it be out loud or, today, more often, on a social media platform. And others may feel the reactions aren't sufficient because they creep into our hearts and affect us in a much quieter way, but just as genuine. This goes beyond tragedies, of course. Just one example is, I know my dad bawls like a baby at weddings, while my brother peers at him and rolls his eyes, secretly wondering what his own problem might be as he watches the ceremony so matter-of-factly next to his father reacting so differently. And this is not a judgment of who anyone is. People react differently. It is just who we are as people who take in the world through our own lenses and express ourselves in a variety of ways. Societies have been trying to understand this for centuries. With personality type tests ranging from the Myers-Briggs to the Enneagram, and even the modern what TV show character or biblical character are you? Proving over and over that while we can type people to help us understand the people in the world around us, no one is better than the other. This tragic tale in our Torah this week guides us to an understanding that people have their own process, and this is something to be valued. May we all have the strength to see other people in their process and be open and understanding to ourselves as we process the world in our own unique and authentic way. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Yasher Koach.
At this point in our service, we turn our minds and our hearts to those in need of healing. Mishaberach can be found on the back of our service packet. If you are thinking of someone at this time who is in need of healing, whether of body, mind, or spirit, please feel free to say their name out louder in your hearts as my hand moves around the room.
Rabbi Morley Feinstein, Sandy Levy.
We hold all of their names in our hearts.
Mi sheberach avoteinu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Yevarech veYirapeh et hacholim.
We continue now with Aleinu on page 284. Please stand if you are able.
Sorry, it's 282.
282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא עושה כגיא הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. We just want to share a couple of upcoming events with you. Of course, tomorrow morning, we hope if you are wanting to continue your observance of Shabbat with us here at University Synagogue, that you'll join us for our Chevra Torah study with Rabbi Stan Davids, and that's at 9 o'clock tomorrow. We also want to let you know that we're doing something that we haven't done before this year during the week of Passover. So the first Seder is on a Friday night, and as usual, we will not have services here on Friday night, allowing that all of you hopefully are observing a Seder somewhere. If you don't have a Seder to go to, please do speak to me, and I'll do my best to try and find a place for you to be, because we want to make sure everybody has somewhere to be on that night. But the following Friday is Yom Tov Shel Pesach, and so what we're going to do that morning is we're going to do a hike with the Torah. So we'll do a Torah off the beaten path for Passover, and we'll be meeting at Temescal Park. So if you'd like to experience Torah in nature, in the Midbar, in the wilderness, on Pesach, please think about joining me. Please make sure that you wear good shoes and you're ready to do some hiking. And wear sunscreen, because I think we're actually going to have beautiful weather. So Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and thank you for joining us this evening.
We now turn our hearts and minds to those who are no longer with us. If you are thinking of someone who has passed recently or at this time in years past, and you feel comfortable sharing their names with the community so we can be here together and mourn with you, please share their names out loud or in your hearts as my hand moves once again around the room.
We recite Kaddish this evening for relatives, friends, and members of our community who recently died. Helene Groman Weiss, Edward Hyman, Dr. James Orecklin, Terry Sanders, Helga Shamut, Dr. Joel Mason, and Doreen Weeder. We also recall loved ones who died at this season in years past, taking them into our hearts with our own. David Edelman, Ray Borsick, Mildred Cohen, Lewis Cooper, Ike Danning, Betty Davids, Mina Davis, Elliot Disner, Eileen Dribbin, Charles Feynman, Benjamin Frank, Anna Greenberg, Joel Ginsberg, Carl Goldman, Isidore Greenberg, Charles Greenberg, Rose Grodberg, Ida Gronsky, Enid Hallam, Harry Hyman, Inez Johnson, Anna Miller, Eleonora Mindell, Fanny Rechpin, Fanny Ross, Minnie Sanders, Annie Sanders, Ginny Sanders, Gladys Siegel, Harry Silverstein, Estelle Wallerstein, Jack Weinstein, Wilma Weiss, Nathan L. Wolanski, Robert Wilson, and August Ziedman.
We remember their names along with our loved ones. As please rise, if it is your custom, on page 294 as we recite Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'amad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'b'yomechon u'b'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'b'zman kariv v'imru amin. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal Shemei dekudusha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran ve'alma v'imru amin. Yehi shalom Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amin. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amin. You may be seated.
We're going to finish as we began with a nigun. But before I start playing and singing, I hope you'll join me, and I hope you'll join me with this thought in mind, that the Hasidim, who are known so well for singing nigunim and for bringing this beautiful way of praying to us, do so with a very, very holy and beautiful intention. And that is that by singing just these notes and imbuing them with the holiness that resides within our hearts, there's the thought that we're making the world a better place, and that we're putting the broken shards of the world back together. So as we live in a world, and I think many of us come here after difficult weeks looking for a place of wholeness, Hopefully we are, with these notes, creating wholeness in our hearts and wholeness for those who sit around and share Shabbat with us. So please join with me. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la ya la la ya la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la
Shabbat shalom,
Shabbat
everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Was really, really beautiful. Shabbat shalom.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I mean, I had it in front of me.
So I was looking. Thank you. So because like our theme that Joanna and I were working on was this idea of approaching each prayer differently. I thought it would be, well, we thought it would be nice to do one of our prayers to a melody that people were familiar with, but I didn't want to like tell people what it was because I just wanted it to sit with them until they figured out what it was. And I found it on YouTube. There's a guy who sings it beautifully, by the way, on YouTube. So yeah, it was really, really fun, and I was like, oh yeah, it goes really, it goes really well. And also because it's a love song, and Lechadodi is like all this love. It addresses the Sabbath as a bride, and it says, "Come, O bride, come, O bride." So it makes sense too. Yeah, I mean, because I've heard like some people do like some songs from Hamilton, and it's just, if it doesn't have any connection, for me it doesn't work. But if the song itself has, they did that one that the king
I don't know
sings.